Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm gonna try to draw this reference photo. It's not gonna be a full demo, but I'm gonna show you the first 20 minutes of the video, and I'm gonna show you how to draw the proportions of this head using the Loomis method. And to be honest, most of the time it's really difficult to draw this type of angles because of the change in proportions. So I'm going to show you how to draw these type of angles using the Loomis method. So yeah, let's get started. So I'll be using this 2B pencil. You can use whatever type of pencil you have, it doesn't really matter. So the paper also doesn't really matter, you can use any type of paper. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the circle. So your circle doesn't have to be perfect, just make sure the width and the height are equal, okay, so that you don't distort your proportions. So now let's go ahead and chop off the side of that circle so that we can have the side plane of the head. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just look for the edge of the eyebrow, where the closer eyebrow ends, and I feel like it's somewhere around here. So from the back of the skull to the far side forehead, and then you divide that maybe into two to find the placement of that side plane. So you might not get that in the first try, but with practice you're gonna get that eventually. So the more you practice, the more likely you're gonna get those proportions right. And this is not the only way to place your proportions, but for me it's one of the most effective ways if you are a beginner. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is just look for the tilt of the head, and to do that I usually observe the brow line and its relationship with the top of the ear. As you can see, the ear drops down, it changes its proportions, its placement. So you can use a pencil to find that angle from the brow line to the top of the ear, and that gives you the vertical tilt of the head. So I feel like I made it very extreme, so I'm gonna change the placement. Okay, so I feel like it is, yeah, like this. Just make sure it crosses the half of the second circle. So now what you're gonna do is just extend this line to find the eyebrows or the brow line. Okay, you can still use a pencil to get that. So now let's go ahead and just establish the thirds of the face. Let's go ahead and draw the hairline, which I feel like it's gonna be somewhere here, and we're gonna duplicate the same distance to find the nose line, which I feel like it's gonna be here. So it's all about probability. You're not sure 100% this is gonna be the exact placement, but with more practice you're gonna find out eventually. And this also trains your eyes to see the relationship between the features. I'm gonna double check my measurement to see if that is correct. Cool, so let me bring this a little bit here. So most of the time the thirds are equal, but there are some cases where the bottom third, for example, is larger or smaller than the rest of the thirds. So now the side of the face, we're gonna drop a curve or a straight line from the corner of the brow line to the side of the cheek, of the chin. And now we're gonna look for the jawline. Okay, so you can start from here, the jaw. You can use a pencil to identify that, and as you can see it's really extreme. So let me adjust it. So I feel like it's so extreme that it looks like a horizontal line. Anyway, so let me just drop this one right here. Like this. So when you draw these lines, please make sure you go as light as possible. You don't want to push your pencil too hard to the paper, because this is the stage where you're gonna be erasing a lot. Okay, so you want to go as light as possible, and your lines should be very clean if possible. But anyway, it doesn't really matter as far as you get the proportions right. Okay, so now I'm just gonna extend this line for the neck, and as you can see, we can see the bottom plane of the neck. So the most confusing part is the shape of this shoreline, and depending on the angle, this shape changes, right? It's up to you to find the difference in terms of, change in proportion. So you're gonna have to practice a lot to get that proportions right. So let's just add the ear, which I think is gonna sit here. Okay, so the neck basically, and the shoulder. Just observe the general shape. I don't want you to go into details at this stage. You just want to stay committed to your proportions. Let me adjust the neck. Many people actually tend to neglect or avoid drawing extreme angles because they feel like it's very hard to be able to draw. Yeah, which is totally correct, but I think the more you draw these extreme angles, the easier it will be for you to draw standard poses. Let's go ahead and draw the eye socket. So I'm gonna draw two parallel lines from side to side, like here. 1, 2. Let me adjust the forehead. Alright, so let's draw the far side cheekbone, which is quite confusing sometimes to get. So I'm gonna drop one straight line here for the eye socket. Okay, I'm gonna draw a straight line to find the side plane of the face. Okay, you can drop a curve from the top of the ear to the side of the chin, and now you have the side plane of the head and the front plane. Okay, you can actually draw the center line of the face, so which is this line, and this will help you place the proportions right. It will guide you to keep track of your proportions. Okay, so for the nose, I draw the keystone shape, and look how wide this one is in comparison to this side of the eye area. Okay, and also with a gap between the two eyebrows. And now let's just draw the nose. So observe the angle of the top of the nose, and I think it's like this angle. It's coming this way, and it touches the far side cheekbone area. I feel like I need to bring the nose line up. Okay, so the tip of the nose aligns with the far side cheekbone, and we see the bottom plane of that nose. What you want to do is just draw the 3D shape of the nose. Okay, what I mean by that is draw the planes of the nose, the top plane, the side plane, and the bottom plane. The bottom plane is the most important part, of course, so make sure you get that correctly. Let me adjust the center line of the face. Okay, so I like to start with the philtrum, which is this area right here. I observe the shape of the philtrum and the top plane of the mouth. Then I look for the mouth line. So observe this angle right here, the tilt, and then you add the bottom lip and the bottom plane of that bottom lip. So you can use lines just to help you establish those proportions, and later on you want to go to add more details. Yeah, so this is enough for the time being. Now we're gonna come here. We will use the nose to draw the eyes. So what I like to do is take this line from the corner of the wing of the nose to the tear duct. So I feel like the tear is gonna be somewhere here. So I'm gonna use my pencil to find that placement. Okay, I think it is somewhere here, kind of like this. Okay, and the other eye here. So let me adjust the eye line. It's very important not to start with details, because once you add the details, it's going to be very hard for you to spot the mistakes earlier. But if you start with the general shapes, okay, the general proportions, it will be easy to monitor your progress. Okay, the eye socket, this eyebrow comes this way and it drops. I'm gonna come here and add the hair. Observe the overall shape of the hair. Yeah, I think we are on the right track. Normally I take a few minutes, I step away from my drawing and I come back later to see if I am on the right track or not. When you take like 5-minute pause, when you come back you actually have a fresh vision of your drawing. You can spot mistake. So I like to draw the eyeballs first, but today I'm gonna start with the eyelid straight. Look how extreme it is. It's really far on top of the other eye. All right, yeah, so I'm gonna stop here. As I told you, just 20-minute demo to show you how to draw, the proportions of this head using the Loomis method. Okay guys, I'm gonna stop here. Thanks so much for watching. If you have learned something from this video, please let me know in the comment section, and also subscribe and give it a like. I really appreciate. Also check me out on Patreon. I upload 1-hour video demos every week. I would be happy if you subscribe to my Patreon. Thanks so much, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.